Well, good evening, guys. About to start the preview for the 2023 Holy Smoke Pig Sale. Sale's going to be tomorrow at 1 p.m. There's going to be online bidding provided by Kennedy Ventures and CCI tomorrow. So if you're here tonight watching the preview, not going to be here tomorrow, you certainly have that platform to look at to try to get some pigs bought. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Thanks, Troy B., for the meal. We're going to get started. These are actually mine. I apologize for how stupid they're going to be. We've been at the Tulsa State Fair for a while, so haven't had too much time to get these things whip broke. The Berkshire colored pig here is a Top It Off Whataburg. Mama there's one that we bought from Hans when they dispersed their sow herds. So Mom there's a litter mate to Sorry for the Wait. That boar had a champion brother that was, or a brother that was champion at OIE and won that California as well.
No one out here can hear it.
Oh, I can hear myself so loud. Me too. I can hear myself great. Having I think we're good. Test. So loud.
Test 1, 2, 3. Holy smokes. Test 1, 2, 3.
Test.
Hello.
Well, again, guys, welcome back. Holy Smoke Pig Sale 2023. Going to be a good set of pigs. Sale starts at 1 tomorrow. If you're not here to be able to bid in person, cci.live. Kennedy Ventures is going to provide some online bidding. The pigs we're starting with are actually mine. Berkshire colored pig here is a Top It Off Whataburg. Mama there came from the Hahn family, and then when they dispersed their sows this summer, I picked those up. And Mom there's a litter mate to Sorry for the Wait, litter mate to the Champion Bearers at OIE and Revival. So that's the Berkshire colored pig. Poland colored pig here is a Double Down DW. Grandma there's the Crystal sow that I own with Brock. Mama there's the litter mate to Baber's Gilt and Molly Noy's Gilt that won a bunch of shows last winter. So these are our first two.
Test. Test 1, 2. Go ahead, JD.
Again, so here are our next two. The Gilt there is an absolute in-game distinct. Grandma there would be Trenches and Trenches mom. That litter's been good. Sold a few of those so far this season. Found some good homes. So saving that Gilt back to come here. I think that one's got some intrigue for a sow, intrigue for a show pig. The male pig there, Hero Never Before. That's a sow that we bought from Blim 4 or 5 years ago that's done a great job for us. Lots of you guys ringside have fed pigs out of that mama. You know how they work. So, again, this is our last two.
Yeah, JD. Test. JD always brings such a great set here to Smokes, and congratulations on having the grand there at Tulsa. And to start with on this pair, certainly that Gilt, I think that one looks like and reads like with the right maturity pattern for March, just in terms of neck extension, but still being very square, very complete. That Gilt's the right length of body, and then if you look at her pedigree, those absolutes have been very popular. The other male there looks very similar to what I think that JD brings out, and that's a hog again that looks like he's going to feed. Very, very elite looking, just in terms of height to shoulder, stoutness of feature. Once again, a very good set there by JD. 132 would be the male, and then 133 would be the Gilt.
We've got Danner Livestock here in the ring now. We'll talk about the spot first. That's tag 50, Justified New Generation. Sal's a first litter gilt from Armstrong, one that I know Blake was fired up about getting in production and bringing pigs out of to the pig sale. 53 Duroc male there, Up the Limit, Motivation. Dam's a mate to the Anderson Swaim and Tallman gilts that won a bunch in 22 up in the Midwest. So this is the first two from Danner Livestock.
Yeah, I think a very good pair. Very good pair that Blake and Chris and the Danner team bring here. Again, they've had a very good role as you scroll Facebook on the spotted things, and I think that one can certainly fit into the mix. Spots, if you can get them wide and still square and true and genuine, I think you're going to be in the money. That pig looks like he can do it. He's got some of those extras. And then the red pig would be tag 53. That's one. Again, I think that's what a red one should look like if people are looking for a February, March time frame. Again, great maturity pattern, very good in terms of height to shoulder, and then range and mobility is very good. Two good pigs there, I think, by Danner's. 50 would be the spot, and then 53 would be the red male.
We got tag 52 here. 52 in the ring now. Another Duroc. Stay in your lane. Motivation. Mama here's the reserve Duroc gilt at the American Royal in 22. I remember seeing that one up there. I thought she was real good. The Chester pig here is tag 54. That's a hired gun Boomtown. Mama there was champion at the Royal in 22.
Yeah, 52. We'll start with the red one there. That pig's sired by Stay in Your Lane. That's one that honestly that raised the bar there. That was grand at State Fair 2 years ago. Also was a sire of my daughter's bar that showed there at Louisville. That was very good. So I say that because Stay in Your Lanes have fed very well, and that pig looks like a Stay in Your Lane, and I think that one looks like one that you want to look like now to be there in the end. And then again, the Chester would be tag 54. You'd have to talk to Biscuit on that. He's been done a great job within the Chesters. Again, maturity I think is very important on those. That one looks like he's still immature, but you study his feet and his legs and his height to shoulder, and still being that body length. I think two good pigs again by Danners.
We got tag 55 there, which would be the larger of the two pigs in the ring. That's a crossbred gilt. It's a Jericho up-and-coming unlocked dirty secret. Mom there's the third overall gilt from the Ohio State Fair in 2022. He's had that one featured on his Snapchat a few times, and I always was intrigued with her pictures and videos. It's cool to get her here and look at her. I think that's a really neat pig. The little bear there, I'm trying to catch his tag number. Little bear there is 51. Jericho up and coming. Dams out of the Heimer sow they purchased. This is her first litter.
Yeah, and obviously the gilt's 55, tag 55. Those that are wondering online, and again represents I think quality. Obviously she's one that's got some size, but I think if you can get them to this point, a lot of the guesswork's done, JD, and I think that one represents an extreme amount of quality. That one can be ready to go out the first weekend, but I still think with some management it's going to be there at the end for sure. And then the little guy there, I believe tag 51, again, proportions and balance, squareness and stoutness of feature. That tag 51, the little guy there, does that very well.
That'll be the end of the Danner livestock consignments. A real good set. I'd encourage you guys to go to the back and get those up and look at them. They've certainly been fun. We're pinned back there by them. It's been Test, 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 test.
1, 2, 3, test.
Yeah, I think we're in better shape.
Test.
Certainly not worse. Starting off here with some Heron genetics consignments, and we had to get the microphone fixed up before Brock came in here. He gets a little OCD and trippy about things, so certainly had to have this lined out before we got to look at his pigs. Tag 92 there is the dark cross male, Buckle Up, Cousin Eddie. Mom came from Lance Ryan's sow herd, won a lot last summer. I think actually one of Halfin's crew had that gilt, maybe showed her at Tulsa. I think Brock had to give quite a bit of money to get the mom of this dark cross bought. And then tag 95 is the Duroc male there, Chainbreaker, Deal With It. Chainbreaker's a main character on DWI, mate to Here's the Deal. Mother here raised the 3rd overall Duroc bear at OYE this last time.
Yeah, to start with the cross again, that one coming through the gate represents a tremendous amount of quality. That thing balances in proportions, and just from the profile, height to shoulder, length to neck, but still being square and athletic. I think that one it could be a dual-purpose one in terms of boar or barra. I think a very good pig there that Brock brings us in 92. 95 would be the red barra, and I think that one. If you watch or follow Heron's red program, that one looks exactly like the ones that he would bring out now at a sale, but then later on get their picture taken. Stout, square, dense, and still being very short-bodied, but having a very good look. Again, that should be 92 on the cross and 95 on the red pig.
We've got 93 and 94 in here. 93 being a hired gun, perfect fit. I guess these are littermate hogs here. Mom won the CYE Chesters last time. Mom's littermate was champion at the NJSS show. Grandma's the Sloan sow that is famous out there that Sloan kind of built his program around. I've been to Brock's probably 5 or 6 times this season looking at baby pigs, and this pair of males has always stuck out to me. Saw them when they were nursing the sow, saw them in the nursery, seen them in the chip barn a couple times. Chester Deal's been very good at Brock's, and this pair to me is maybe as good as he's brought out in terms of males. I think a very, very good pair. You can pick your favorite. I don't know that I've figured out which one I like better yet. I think both of these things are very, very good.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but for Chester's, Dana ran a good one in, and then we're dropping 2 of these in. Again, 93 would be the smaller one the young man's on, and 94 would be the one the young on that's a little bigger there for online. But hey, if you're looking to get a limo ride there at OYE, I think there's certainly a pair of bears that you could look at.
We're on the Dieter King here, and I don't know if he actually made it out to the preview tonight. I would guess probably not, but that guy has had a really good set of pigs selling this season. If you've watched online, it's been fun to watch him sell pigs. It looks like we've got 58 in here for sure as one of these males. The one that Coy's on, and then we have 60 as well. 58, light cross male there, Buckle Up, No Huddle. Mom was the champion light cross at Coba at 23, and then tag 60, another light cross male there, Buckle Up, No Huddle. Look, I guess that one's misnotched maybe. The one that reads 4-4 is actually a 10 litter, so these hogs are litter mates, but one of them reads 4-4, just a misnotch. But these are litter mates, tags 58, tag 60, Buckle Up, No Huddle.
And I think they look like litter mates other than their size. Both of them very, very dense, very stout. And those buckle ups, that I've seen have been that way. They're very stout-jawed, got a huge arm, got a huge hind leg, and again, light crosses, I think, at OYE or some of these district shows or where they're offering this split breed thing on the crosses, you better look in here. That big one is tag 58, the young man's on. And again, we'll try and give you separation online on who's got it. The smaller one within this pair is tag 60. Very good pair, very stout featured pair that maybe's got some of those extras that you need to win a big show.
We've got, we'll start there. The one that Coy's driving, that is tag 61. That would be a buckle up, quite frankly. Mother was a 15K premium blend gilt from OYE in the 23 gilt sale. Obviously, you guys know how many gilts that PBG had that made the sale there at OYE. They had a great string of those things up there last time. And Mama here's one of the quite franklys there, so that's tag 61. Tag 59 is the dark gilt there. Buckle up, no huddle. Again, that was a mate to some of those the blue bears we had in the last pen. And then tag 62 would be a love tap, stay classy. Mom raised the reserve Burke bear at OYE in 22.
Yeah, and again, to start with the one that JD just got done finishing, the spot marked one there is going to be tag 62. And again, a very good pig, balance, proportions, very good. Tag 59 is going to be the gilt, and again, Dieterding's he always assembles a very good sow herd, and again, that one looks like that kind of look, that kind of extension, maybe a little greener right now, but again, I wouldn't count that one out come February and March, and then you should have the one on the far side should be tag 61. Again, another buckle up, one that's similar to those blue bears. Got the look, got the part, got the pieces. Very, very square skeleton with an added look and extension. Again, a nice set all the way through for Dieterding.
Yeah, I tell you guys, the resale value on that lot 61, looking at those blue bears, you get that thing in that gilt sale at OYE, I'd say what she could bring may be limitless looking at what those bears look like. Tag 69 here from an up-and-coming show pig operation, just kind of a startup deal. Coulson Show Pigs there in Warwick. If you haven't heard of them, those guys are starting out now, building a good sow herd, trying to get some stuff put together. I think certainly in a couple of years you'll probably hear something out of those guys. Tag 69 here is 69-2, fast lane next, never before. First litter gilt here, mate to the grand at West Coast National, champion hamp at AYE, came out of a high dollar litter. Some of the best stuff they've got on that next never before line. So Coulson Show Pigs, tag 69.
Yeah, I was just talking in the back with a guy. Congratulations to Coulson's on having a great Tulsa, and maybe a firm that wins about just as much as anybody in the state of Oklahoma, and certainly got a sow herd to do it, and then them adding the boar stud just do a great job. I'm surprised this one to me looks boar stud worthy, but with that, that thing looks like a very good show barra. You talk about these judges want to talk about look, but they want to talk about squareness of skeleton and having enough feature. I think that one reads right in terms of maturity pattern. Look, squareness, stoutness of feature. Pretty nice pig in there, JD.
Yeah, I'd say hard to make one that has that many extras that isn't screwed up. I think a real neat pig. Good job, guys, for bringing that one out. Tag 70 and tag 71 here. Tag 70 would be the male pig in the ring. Trick Daddy Snafu. Mom had a division winner at Nebraska State Fair last year. Grandma there's a litter mate to Rockstar. And then the other male or the male here in the ring. I guess I said those backwards. I'm sorry. The tag 70 is the male, and then tag 71 is the female. Female here is a fast lane next, never before. So a mate to the leadoff male. 69 litter's been real good at Coulson's this time. I'd say that gilt, another one's probably got a lot of resale value.
Yeah, I would agree. Not only in terms of resale value later on, but the quality that she has right now. You know, as we've said, those guys will be at the top more than just about anybody. And I think a lot of them that I've seen start out and they look like that. They've got some of those extras, but yet, as I've said before, I think maturity pattern is important. That one looks like continues to go to heavier weights. Lot 70, very, very tall fronted, very extended, and still looks, honestly, maybe a little greener right now, but I say that as a positive. That pig is going to be wild, wild looking and still got shape. Very good pair again by Coulson's.
Tag 72 here, Slaps Best Man. I think this will be the final one for Coulson. Mom here's the mother of the Grand at Fort Smith, Blindside, 4 county winning barrows, or 4 class winning barrows at OIE and Tulsa, countless other winners. I know this slap steel's been real good, and this one, as far as I'm concerned, is maybe the best slaps male I've seen Evan bring out yet to a sale. Congrats to Evan, Papa Fred, Monty on a real great set. Very excited to see what you guys get done tomorrow.
Yeah, and I would say this one looks a little different than the ones they brought in before. This thing is very, very boxy and still very square. I mean, his body shape's unreal, and just having that chest, squareness in knee, and a lot of times we talk about getting them so tall fronted, so good looking, they just cave. I don't think that one's ever going to cave, JD. That one looks wide and stout everywhere.
Yeah, not a lot of question marks there, I don't think. Real neat pig. Comes with a lot of extras.
Again, that was lot 72. That should have been Coulson's last entry.
Starting the True Genetics consignments, and good friends of ours from Indiana and good guys that bring good pigs to sales. I know we've been going to sales every weekend now, it seems like, and it just seems like they just keep reaching back and finding just elite level prospects to bring out to these sales. The first one we'll talk about is tag 9. That's a Poland male. Mama there is a Mamba out, No Clue, that Richie raised, that was champion at Tulsa in 21, that Kenzie Todd showed. I know lots of you guys ringside will remember how good that one was. And then that Mama last year produced the champion Poland gilt that Richie showed there at OIE. And I'd say this Vera certainly fits the bill for what those have looked like. The other one in the ring is tag 12, dark cross male that's a top shelf trumpet. Mama was a class winner at OIE. Grandma is a mate to no intro and winner's $45,000 gilt from OIE.
Yeah, just first off on the cross, being out of top shelf. If you haven't heard about him, you're soon gonna, because that was a board that they reached out and brought there at the top shelf pig sale. That boar got in some good sows the first season, and as people started to circulate through Upper Hand and see that thing has gotten used, and I'll assure you he's gotten put in some of the very best sows in the country, and that pig looks like those top shelves that have fed thus far. Short-backed, still having shape and dimension. That boar's very impressive, similar to that pig. And again, the Poland, Brian's done a good job with these. We've shown a couple of those Polands. He had a very good run here this summer with those Polands. Goes back to that Richie stuff that's been very, very predictable. And again, I think for a Poland, that one's got some extras in terms of chest width, shape of blade, and still being able to use his hind leg.
Yeah, I thought a pair of males there that looked like they had some real feedability to them. Hogs that look like that you can take them home from Holy Smoke and find a way to be back here next year getting your kid recognized as having them a winning show pig. Tags 10 and 11 are coming into the ring now. These are both 55 litter hogs. Real talk, quitting time. Mom is a $19,000 gilt from Schwecke. Grandma is the mom of the champion gilt at NJSS, Nail, Exarban. Grandma, buckle up. Again, these are 55 litter hogs from True.
Yeah, True's had a very good run. We've traveled with him to a lot of sales there in Texas and have done very well, and rightfully so. And I think these two represent an extreme amount of quality. I'm not sure which one's the best one right now, but again, similar in build, similar in type, and that's feet and legs look good. They look like they've got a crazy look, and yet the right proportions, the right body shape. 10 would be the one on the far side, I believe that Corey's got, and then 11 would be this one. JD, what's your pick here?
10. No, I don't think you can go wrong here, but last year these guys brought one to this pig sale that I loved, and I think he was tagged 10. Looks like they did it again. I think that pig is so stout yet so mobile, and if you guys have ever watched the guy that's judging the pig show at OIE judge a pig show and you're not drawn to that one, probably need to reevaluate. I think he looks like a winner. Tag 11's maybe just a little sharper looking even, fits a very wide variety of judges. I think that pig's build's good, he's stout. I think an incredible pair that look like they can feed awfully good. Tag 8 here in the ring now, Dark Cross Gilt. She's a picture this, next intention. Mate brother sold for $10,000 at King's last weekend. Mom is the mother of the $14,000 Sweethearts Gilt they sold. Again, tag 8, picture this, next intention.
Yeah, and again, Brian's kind of been a hoarder of some of those top gilts, and but yet at the same time has been very, very competitive here. You watch his Facebook page or talk to the people that have fed out of those. I think, again, this one represents quality, skin and hair, stoutness of feature, and just overall squareness. This gilt would be lot 8 there from True.
We've got tag 3 is the one getting let around here, the male pig. We'll start there. These are Kilmer Swine Farm. Tag 3 there's a cotton appin. I'm on it, never before. It says this is a good litter. They've sold some of these or maybe just brought some of the best ones here. I guess it looks like on paper that they've been excited about. The cotton appin was a boar that you guys remember was sold last year at this sale. Did a lot of winning there early and then found a home at Top Cut. So that'd be what tag 3 is out of. The gilt there is tag 5. She would be a cotton appin. I'm on it, never before. So a litter mate there. And then tag 6 is the other male that's in the ring currently. That one will be a cotton appin. I'm on it, never before as well. So I brought you 3 47 litters out here to look at from Kilmer Swine Farm.
Yeah, all three, as JD said, are litter mates, and I believe, what's that thin belted one there? 3. That one catches your eye for sure. That one comes in, and that one's ready to go win any jackpot show, but I think looks like one that's going to feed. That's the one that, to me, looks like one from Kilmer's that ends up hanging a big banner. I think that thing is wild looking, JD, just in terms of not only his markings, not only skin, but how stout featured and still how attractive and immature he is. And then you've got the gilt there, which would be tag 5. Again, I think similar build. Immature, but still going to have a shot there in March. And then tag 6 would be the white belted one there online. Again, 3 litter mates. I don't think you can go wrong there. All 3 of them very good. Tag 3 should have quite a few markings.
Yeah, I'd say that one's combination of just look, style, and width is so hard to do. A pig that looks like he can win early, win long term. Certainly one of my favorite ones we've got to look at yet. Probably can't afford him, but probably need to try. Tag 7 coming in the ring here, as well as tag 4. Coy's on 7. We'll talk about that one first. Buckle Up, Teen Spirit, Overruled. These are litter mates as well. This sow is owned with the Haggy family. One that they showed ended up hurting herself. They didn't let her win, but I know one they were excited to get into production, and I can see why. I think both of these pigs have got some real neat pieces. Again, pedigree here, Buckle Up, Teen Spirit, Overruled.
Yeah, and that the tag 7 would be the smaller one on your screen. The Corey's on there. Again, I think very, very typical of what Jimmy brings to smokes. Pigs that represent quality now, but they look like they're ones they're going to feed. To me, they have the some of those extras that you need, but look like ones that are going to go home, continue to get better. I think a very, very good pair of pigs in here. Which one you like, JD?
You know, I have a little more trouble maybe picking a favorite here because I think they're real close in type and kind. I guess they got a little size variety there. This 4 maybe looks like you can get him ready and show him as soon as you want to and go do some winning. Tag 7 there maybe looks like he's got a little more life left in him. So I think you got different endpoints with those pigs, but tons of quality.
Yeah, and again, those both buckle up, I think.
14 and 15 here. Tres Amigos. Certainly, you know, Haggy and Everhart have done a really good job of putting them sows together there. These pigs here, both 51 litters. Litter mate to the $40,000 Kings lead off. Mom and Mi Amigo boar at Upper Hand that sold here last year. 8th overall cross gilt at 23 OYE that Inman had. Reserve cross bear at Indiana State Fair. Champion Hamp bear at Austin. I think the writing cut off here. I think you can keep going on and on about these 35 liter never before sows. If you've ever had the opportunity to feed one or own one or breed one out of this sow line, you know what the value here is, and then you look at them on the hoof, look at the animals here in the ring, and it matches what you see on paper. I think an awesome pair of pigs.
Yeah, and these this 35-10 actually blesses with more males than she normally does and was a little shorter on the gilts. I think we brought a gilt to smokes either spring or fall sale for the last couple years and have went on to work very good. And yet at the same time, these things are probably a little greener than some that we've seen already through. They're going to be a little greener than some of the other ones, but I wouldn't bet against this sow. She's proven. And this litter was very good. Again, I think look and elevation, I'm not sure which one's the best one, but have had friends at home. And again, I think a wide feeding window, and they look like they're going to continue to get better. I'll promise you that being out of that sow, and especially with that sire, they will continue to spread long term.
In other news, it looks like the Cowboys are winning, so we haven't got to experience that much this season, so we should all relish in this moment and really enjoy that. Up 10-7. So we'll start here with tag 20. That's the one Coy's driving. In-game, tricked out, stay classy. First litter gilt here. Litter mate to the reserve Grand Barrett, San Antone, and the reserve champion Crossbarra at Houston. Both of those showed last year. So that'd be tag 20. Tag 16 here is right here in front of me. Tag 16, quite frankly, no huddle. Keeper gilt from last fall, litter mate to the gilt that, or to the bear that Blim had last season there that I think won the heavy class that Enid made the sale there, was kind of maxed out weight-wise there, but a real good pig that won a bunch through the winter. Lots of neat things in that one as well. Grandma's a mate to the reserve heavy cross bear at the Indiana State Fair.
Yeah, 19 would be a 56, as JD said, and then the shorter bodied one there that's chromed up, that would be tag 16. That was a pig that I thought at home. He's been in the sale pen that we could have sold a couple times. We wanted to bring him here. I think proportions, again, for a Barra in terms of body shape, in terms of look, is very good. And then the other pig would be tag 20. That's an in-game. Certainly the in-games need no introduction here in the state of Oklahoma.
Tag 17 here in the ring. 33-litter Duroc male, Stay in Your Lane, Creation, DWI. Mom is one of the 10-litter pigs from last fall, and if you weren't paying attention, that litter grossed a lot of high-dollar pigs and a lot of winners. Mates included a $20,000 male pig they sold at the established Wintex and Olson that they call Trace, and then the third overall Duroc gilt at the 2023 San Antonio show as well. So that would be tag 17, and then it looks like tag 18 here is the one that Coy's on. That would be the female. Tag 18, Duroc gilt, WTX 312 on a Creation DWI sow.
Yeah, so tag 18, if you know anything about red pedigrees, that one's line bred Creation. We did that quite a few times. The mother of that would have been, as JD said, a 10-litter. We kept all those gilts out of that. So that's an interesting pedigree there. I think the gilt, again, come March, can be very competitive, but from a resale standpoint or sow value, there is very intriguing. And then the bear there that's in the ring would be tag 17. 17 again, Stay in Your Lane. We talked about that on one of Danner's pigs. That was the bear or the boar, Stay in Your Lane there at Purple Power. He would have sired our grand there at Indiana 2 years ago, and then would have sired the grand at Louisville this year. So I'm pretty high on both of these. I think for Red's got the right maturity. I think that bear could be awful special in tag 17 later on this spring.
Yeah, that red male, just the shape to his skull and the bend that he's got to his hind leg, and to be as stout as he is, to be propped up on his toes that good, I think that looks like one that'd be fun to feed. And that gilt probably don't need a lot of sales pitches to get people fired up about her. One that's pretty captivating as she steps through the gate. Look, Mr. Everhart says, hey, I'm going to show this one myself. I like this one. We got tag 13 there. Buckle up, nothing to hide. Swallow sow here. Mom here raised a Strika bear that was grand at Tulsa last summer. Bowers Reserve Champion middle. And Nail Hawks Reserve Champion cross prospect at the Indiana Stock Show. Again, you look at the pedigree here, you look at the animal that's in the ring, no questions to be asked. I'd say put your card in the air if you're trying to win a show in March. That one's stout, it's flexible, got the right length of body. That thing's just extension up front. It's crazy to be as stout as he is. He's good toed. That's a real neat animal that I think maybe has boar value as well if you're shopping, but just looks like a champion show bear to me. I like that one a bunch.
Well, thanks, JD, and honestly, we do too. We're not going to try and hide it. We like his pedigree. We like the mom he's out of, and we certainly like this pig. It's one that's always stuck out from the beginning. His maturity as he's progressed, I think, has gotten better and better. We thought he was ready to bring out to the public, and I think obviously a dual purpose type of a pig, Barrow or a boar sire at the same time in tag 13. Next up is going to be tags 1 and 2. These would be from Rodemal and Sons. Tag 1's going to be a 31-litter pig. This was Bag of Tricks on Here I Am. The sire is the mate to the Reserve Grand Gilt overall here at OYE last year. Certainly a young sire that's a young sow that's proven herself. And then lot number 2 would be Picture This. That would be the popular Bobo boar that stands there at Laird's and then has tricked out on the bottom as well. Dam is a mate to the Reserve Grand at OYE, and then also Bag of Tricks there at Premium Blend.
Yeah, I mean, we all got our butts kicked enough times last winter by that gilt that winners had to just know how special of a critter that was, and the fact that both of these pigs have got that sow line in their pedigree should make people step up to the plate and try to own them. That was an incredible gilt that obviously won a bunch and sold well and was as well received maybe every time she went out on a jackpot setting as any pig that family's shown, and we all know they've won a bunch. So congrats to Rodemal's crew there for raising that one last time, and certainly brought a pair here that looks like they're ready to bang and try to do the same thing.
Yeah, lot 1 would have been the wider belted one. That would have been the Bag of Tricks, and the other, the very, very stout featured one would have been lot 2, sired by Picture This.
These are lane mice pigs. We got 98, 99, and 100 all here in the ring now. We'll start with the one in the center of the ring, this gilt. She's a Glory Days Tarantino. That'd be tag 98. Tarantino Blessing on red 7 sow. Mama came from McCoy there, it looks like. One of their very best. Had a $9,000 gilt and a $7,000 Barra in her spring litter. And I'll just tell you, coming out, I hadn't got to see that gilt come through the ring or seen her in the back yet, but that thing looks very, very special to me. Tag 100 there is the one that Coy's on. Picture this, Jaws. Same sow as Glazier's Grand Bear at Kingfisher County last time. And then the other male in the ring there, tag 99, is a 79-litter hog. Buckle up, Jaws. Sow's first litter, or in the sow's first litter, she just had a third-place dark cross there at Dallas that it sounds like was incredibly popular from what I've been told. Again, Lamei Family Show pigs here. Dang good set of pigs.
Yeah, for sure. Does a very good job of getting these things ready, and they represent, again, as we talked, lots of quality. That 98 Sire by Glory Days, if you talk to some of those breeders that have used him, I've seen quite a few pigs out of him coming from Hilty and Sloan, Roseburg, some of those other guys. Those pigs have been very good. I know I talked to Will there. He's breeding a lot more sows to that Glory Days boar. That gilt is very good, I think. Represents quality. He's going to have a very, very good jackpot career, but it's going to be there later on. And then you got 99, which would be a buckle up. We've already talked about a lot of those, been extremely popular. And then tag 100 is a picture of this. Maybe a pig that's a little greener, honestly, today, but yet I think don't be scared of those greener ones. Those are the ones that normally slip up on everybody that end up feeding, winning divisions, winning classes later on.
Yeah, that tag 100 comes out. You say he's a little green, but if you think about, that boar being, picture this hog that came from Boble, a lot of his pigs that win shows in the end are built a little bit like that one. His baby's just a great skeleton with some added feature and skull shape. I really like that pig. Just kind of gives you a captivating look. His indicators still read like he's going to have muscle. This gilt's obviously wicked looking. I think anyone ringside can realize that one's value, realize their quality. It doesn't take much rocket science to figure that out. And then the other male here, again, just reads with so much feedability. This is a really good pen. I'd encourage you guys to go to the back and study in on. These guys have been winning a lot of shows, producing a lot of high-caliber pigs, and they're real good people, most importantly. So I tell you to go to the back, check these out, figure out your favorite, and try to own them.
Next up, I believe, is going to be Schulte and their crew. Got two pigs here, be tags 56 and 57. 56 is going to be the thin-belted bear there. That one's going to be sired by Urban Legend on a Godfather sow. And then tag 57 is actually going to be his litter mate, which would be an Urban Legend Godfather. Litter mates are the best of the July and early August group out of 75 bears weaned. And again, Urban Legend, that was a pig, I believe, that Rory and Canes bought there at the exchange. So that white one, first off, if you're looking for a solid white or something that's going to go or Class York here, that one can do that for sure as of right now. Very hairy, very, very good looking. Maybe one of the more freakier fronted ones, if you will, that's been through and still got, for a white one to have that kind of hair. And then you got the thin belt JD. Very good look, body shape as well.
Yeah, these Urban Legend pigs just continue to surface, and a boar that's obviously popular amongst Okies because we know the backstory there on that sow line and stuff's been real good there. These pigs have fed really well for people. I know as I've been judging shows, especially down south, that I tie into these Urban Legend pigs pretty continuously there to win shows and get banners at the end of shows. I'd say pedigree looks good here. Schulte, again, is known for making winning show pigs. I'd tell you to go figure out if one of these can work for you guys and try to get them bought. Cooper and Flash here in the ring now. Tag 104 and 105. 104 there is the light cross male, next intention blurred. Mama here raised the champion from coast to coast, as well as multiple sale makers at San Antonio and Houston. Grandma to the champion York at Houston. And if you just look at this thing's pedigree, it kind of combines some neat things, being a next blurred. If you just think about that from trying to blend phenotypes, it makes sense why the pigs look this good when we get them in the ring. And then tag 105 there's the York pig. Again, litter mates, next intention blurred. Lots of intrigue here on pedigree and on paper, but I think pigs look very good.
Yeah, and again, we just got done talking about York appearing ones that'll classify here in this state, and certainly if you're shopping something that's solid white with up ears, I think that 105 is one that you got to look at. And as JD said, the blue one, again, a combination bear, combines width, combines squareness, and still got the right maturity pattern here in Cooper and Flash.
It's been fun to watch how good these blues have got in Oklahoma in just a short period of time, and I think the one we just looked at is case in point to that. It's been fun to watch the light crosses develop. If any of you guys were at Tulsa, you know how good those have gotten in a short amount of time. I do think there's some here that are as good as you're going to get to see anywhere. I think there's going to be competitive ones sold out of here that can go win. That light cross division's getting good, but the ones that can win, I do think are here. Tag 21 here, Schulte Farms. Dark cross female that's a Say It kill shot silver lining. Mom here produced the Grand Gilt at the Best of the Best district show in Iowa. Say It's mom was bred by the Schulte Farms, and this gilt combines their two best sow lines. They said this is the best gilt they're going to sell out of this summer's pig crop, and just looking at her in the ring, I'd say they're probably telling the truth. This thing looks like she's got lots of value to me.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about one that's going to be ready to roll, and the one that, in terms of feet and legs, look like that's going to still last and be there February and March. That Say It boar, I believe, Hoff Schulte bred, right? That sold for $60,000 to Doolem and Canes, I believe. Again, that one looks awful spicy to me. Lot 21.
Yeah, we've had a lot of good dark cross gilts come through the ring, but I'd say that one's as good as any. We've got tags 76 and 79 here. We'll talk about tag 76 first from Day Family Show Pigs. This is be the white one we're talking about. Tag 76 there. This is a Wham Dirty Deal. Mom here raised the champion and third overall light crosses at Tulsa in 22, and the fourth overall light cross this year is at Tulsa as well. So a sow there that's obviously making her mark and doing good things. The Berkshire colored male here is tag 79. That'll be a Top It Off X-ray vision. Mom here is the mother of the OIE champion Burke in 2021. She's raised the reserve Burke Bear at the Oklahoma State Fair twice, as well as class winners at Houston, Tulsa, Dallas. I think a pair of pigs here that is as far as breed classifiers, you look at these things look like they can win to me.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure a solid white one just won Tulsa, right, JD?
I heard about that.
We've had 3 pins of Yorks in here back to back and back. It'd be fun to bring all 3 of them back into the ring and study and analyze them. There's going to be it looks like a tremendous set of solid white ones. My money's betting that one of those is going to probably get a piece there at OIE. This Burke one's lot 79. When this pig first came in, I was very intrigued by this one. You talk about a hip and a hind leg. Judges talk about it a lot. That thing's got a very good hip and hind leg. Yet for a Burke, he's got the height to shoulder. He's good in his ham loin. His length to hip and rump. 79 should be on some people's list if you're looking for a Burke.
Yeah, I'd say also if you're trying to buy a Calcutta winner, Day Family Show Pigs may be the way to go. I'd say this pair's got a chance. Tag 77 and 78 here. Looks like tag 77, Say It in-game Kingpin, dark cross gilt there. Mom's a $45,000 OYE purchase from Kenzie Todd. In 2 litters, she's raised more winners and more boars and more impressive show pigs than they could probably fit on the sheet. But a few of them would be the Reserve Commercial Gilt at Tulsa, 4th overall Commercial Gilt at Tulsa, Modern Day at Coulson's, Day Money at Rhett Maverick, and just a pile of other winners. So that would be tag 77. We all know how impressive that mama was as a show gilt. We all know what she's accomplished in the sow pen for those guys. So an incredible one to look at from a phenotypical standpoint as well as from a genetic standpoint. And then tag 78 there, Day Family Show Pigs again, 23-liter hog, another dark cross female, Ascension, Kingpin, Curtain Call. Damn, here's the mom of Daylight at Brockman's, who's obviously been on a run. I'm sure you guys have been paying attention to what that boar's accomplished. Also raised Good Day at Winter Circle, and most recently raised the Dark Cross Commercial Gilt at one Class 5 there at Tulsa.
Yeah, and any time it takes that long to read off the past history and the winners, to me, JD, this looks like a grand drive. We may only had 2 classes, but both of these represent a tremendous amount of quality. Online, if you're looking, 77 is the thin belt. I think very, very elite looking, very sharp looking. Height of shoulder, length of neck, again, very, very good hind leg. 78 would be the wide belted one, and as JD said, the rap sheet in terms of winners is very, very long with those pedigrees. 77, 78, Day Family Farms. Again, a very good set that they brought.
Yeah, I'd say you guys could leave those gilts out there and drive them a real long time and probably not pick a favorite. I'd say if you can get your card in the air when the gavel falls, I'd say you'd be in good shape with that pair of gilts.
We have lots 96 and 97 in the ring right now from 4W Livestock. Lot 96 is 21-7 Dark Cross female. That's the gilt in the ring. She's a Simply Put, no discussion, never before. This Simply Put, no discussion, never before was purchased at the Players only from S&K. Lot 97 is the male pig out there. Follow Me Hero in-game. The Follow Me boar is a quite frankly Goliath that came from Palmer and now is at Top Cut. The Follow Me is also a mate, or the mother is a mate to Urban Legends. Lot 96 and 97 from 4W.
Yeah, this pair comes in here, and they just simply look expensive. That white-tailed male from the side is an absolute unicorn. He's got a great shape to his head. He's broad about his chest. He's perfect in terms of his height-to-length ratio and got a great big bendy hind leg. I like that one a good deal to start here for our set of this within the Holy Smoke offering. This gilt comes in here, and her look and presence and silhouette from the side is absolutely to the nines. Her bender, her rear legs, very, very good. 4W this first time in, I think, and that Watts for sure took it seriously because this pair are lights out in terms of quality. Don't be afraid to go back and look them up as they look like they got promise in the future.
We're going to bring CNC show pigs in next to lots 47, 48, and 49. We'll see what comes out here. All 3 Dark Cross male pigs from CNC, lot 46 or 47, 48, and 49. So we've got 48 to 49 in the ring right now. Those are Littermate Brothers, Party Trick, Honor Society. Tag 48 and 49 are out of Slap's mother. So once again, the Slaps boar, she has these pigs in the ring right now. The first pair that they're going to sell out of one of their deepest litters this fall, and it's no surprise that they're backed by Slap's mom.
Yeah, 47 here is a heavy hitter, never before dirty. That bear's mother would be the mother of the 5th overall Hamp at Coba last year. One of their best sows. It's done a real good job. Slim's real pumped up on this pig, and there's reasons. So he's broad, he's stout, he's bendy, he's very, very loose and comfortable. This 48 and 49, like Brock said, are a pair of mates. I seen a Snapchat of this black pig a couple days ago from Slim Shady, and he just said the black smokes are rolling, and I can see why. That thing's stout, he's broad, yet he still offers a great presence and look from the side. That pig's very, very neat. It's hard for me not to deny this tag 48 as one that looks like he exemplifies the right kind of feed and show pig. This pig's caught me off guard a couple times, running to the wash rack, just made me stop in my tracks. As this pig's look, his presence, his build is so good. His honesty of his chest, his bend to his skeleton. I like that 48 a good deal. The trio here from CNC with extra high quality. They look like the right kind to go ahead and play there in March. Don't be afraid to look in here. Slim Shady and Copeland are doing a real good job over there in Oklahoma. Real good trio from here.
47, 48, and 49 from CNC. Thank you, guys. We're going to bring Winter Livestock in next. Lot 63 is kind of an escapee light cross that came in the ring there. Keeping receipts on an Okie Dokie. Keeping receipts is a solid white boar at Winter Livestock. The Okie Dokie is a $10,000 gilt purchase at 2022 OYE gilt sale. She was shown by the Schedule family and raised by Trogdon.
Yeah, if you just saw this Blue Pig's picture on Facebook, there's as much anticipation about this one within my record book as any. His picture is absolutely lights out, and yet you see him in person, and he doesn't undeny that quality. He's got a great shape of his head. His lines are right, and trust me, Tanner and company over there are lining them up as good as any. I know they're making a big force and push. They've had a couple of them pigs in my part of the world that have been a pain in my side as pigs that I just haven't been able to beat in times. This 63 Blue Pig looks like one that could be an undeniable champion from the side. He's a very, very good show pig to go ahead and lead out here. We got 64 and 65 from Winter Livestock coming in here. 64 is the Duroc male pig. He's a forward creation. Forward is on stud there at Winter. The creation sow was champion Duroc of the, and won the gilt points in Altus last winter. They're shown by the Winter crew. And then the spotted male pig is tag 65. He's an upcharge Playboy. Upcharge is a boar there at Winters. The Playboy sow would be the reserve champion spot gilt there at OYE in 2021.
Well, the Duroc male there, lot 64, is one that reads pretty interesting to me. Forward is a main character son back on a creation, and honestly, those are two of the best lines in the Duroc breed, in my opinion. And you combine those in both on both sides of the pedigree in this particular pig. It's no surprise he comes extremely broad in his chest, really expressive down his top line, and really a square out through his hip there. The spotted one, once again, upcharged Playboy. That's a really interesting pig just in terms of his balance and look from the side. I think for that breed, he does a lot of things very well. Old Biscuit, you're pretty high on those spots. What do you have to say about old little spot guy right here?
I like the spotted pigs. Height to length ratio, I think that's the biggest battle in spotted show pigs at the moment. His height to length right, his proportions are good, his balance from the side. He's still wide and busted open with still a relatively good look on the front side of his body. Good pair here from Winter Livestock. We got 25 dark cross male here from Loudermilk Show Pigs. He's a Last Dance Timber Dirty Secret. Mom was a first litter gilt purchase here from Trace this spring. And the Dirty Secret sow Grandma would originate from Lackey Livestock. Tag 24, the spotted male is a black pearl, heads up, speak up. And there's a whole laundry list of winners here on this trio. Mates we're about to bring in. Go ahead here, Brock, on this pair here.
Obviously, Loudermilk is known best for their spots, but that's not to say that they can't bring a really, really good crossbred, and I feel like they've really done that in this particular Black Pearl, Last Dance, excuse me, Timber pig here. That hog's really, really loose, and he brings some of the things that you really can't feed to the table, and just in terms of his proportionality and shape and his look from the side. That hog does a lot of things very effortlessly and looks like the type that I would really like to feed on. Lot 24 there, just a tremendous hind leg and a spot, and I feel like his skeleton from top to bottom is as true as they come. In that particular breed, I think that makes him really stand out from my perspective.
Yeah, I know people sometimes can bash on a good calico. I know within retrospect, this pig is probably as square, sound, and comfortable as any that we'll see in the sale offering. It's okay to buy a feeding pig and go ahead and beat the wacky-looking babies because with a pig like that, his upside's tremendous. Good pair here from Loudermilk. We got tags 22 and 23 spotted gilts coming in here from Loudermilk. Their mom is a mate to the champion Division 1 bearer there, the 2022 Team Purebred National in the 5th overall D1 gilt that his kids showed at the Indiana State Fair that I thought was very, very impressive. The grandma is a mate to the Dorr and Geyer gilts that won in the summer of 21. Both gilts were in the top 5 at every national show. They were absolutely dominant. And then the grandma raised the reserve spot gilt there at the Ohio State Fair in the 3rd overall spot gilt. These would be mates to the spot male that we just had in here. Like I said, there's a laundry list of winners, and then you look at this pair and you understand why.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious why these guys win a lot of spot shows as you sit here and look at these spot gilts. They have the things that it just takes to win in terms of just their skull and proportionality, but also correctness in terms of skeleton. They look like the type that you could feed on, push, or hold, or bring along slow. To me, they've got some things that you really can't feed into them in terms of genetic value as well, as Blake listed there. That's an extremely high-quality pair. And one thing I'll add to those is, I've raised quite a few spots with JD. We bought the record seller there. It is difficult to raise spots, especially ones with good attitudes, and these are doing pretty well.
Yeah, excellent pair here. Need to be on everybody's short list if you're looking for purebred gilts there for the city.
We're going to bring in lots 34 and 35 from Pruitt Livestock right now. 34 is a Hampshire cotton appin young love male pig. This bear is sired by the popular tricked out son called Cotton Appin. Sold at Smokes here last year. He's at Top Cut now. This is a second parity young love, never before sow that finished top 5 overall several times last summer. And lot 35 is the gilt out there, Cotton Appin Grindstone. As we mentioned, Cotton Appin sold here last year. This is a Grindstone King sow that was shown very successfully in the summer of 2022. And the Grand Dam was shown by the Louderback family in 2020 and was bred by Moyer. Lot 34 and 35.
Yeah, for those of you that don't talk to Clay, I would say he's one of the quietest humans in terms of just being able to get it done time in and time out. His kids always find the backdrops. His kids always find the backdrops there in the Midwest, and there's a reason why. When you can bring in livestock that look like this, you're immediately going to get sent back. This barra here reminds me so much of the Hemso barra that would have won Division II there 3 years ago at our state fair. That just was extreme in terms of quality, the shape of his skull, the bend of his arm, the levelness of his levelness of his back line, the length and levelness of his hind end. That pig's extra high quality. This 35 gilt, don't let anybody miss this gilt because honestly, she's one of my favorites. It's been up and down in the back of the barn. Brock would probably agree with that after he's seen what we showed to him there at the Indiana State Fair. This gilt exemplifies high-quality livestock. She's hard to replicate. I call her a lead in her kind. I think that the guy judging that little show in March called OYE that is very, very important to all of us is going to extremely like this gilt because of the set to her shoulder, the look from the side, the shape of her skull. I absolutely love this tag 35. Anybody that knows me, that's hard for me to say because most days I don't like show pigs. This 35 hits me pretty hard.
Yeah, it's extremely high-quality pair, and they're very, very impressive. The next pair of lots we're going to bring in from Pruitt Livestock is lots 36 and 37. Both Chesters. I got a male and a female. They are not litter mates, though. Lot 36 is a change of plan. That's the female back on a perfect fit. This is gilt is sired by the famous and popular change of plan that's at Top Cut that they bred. Their mother is a perfect fit, Jack in the Box, so kind of a line bred, perfect fit there. The dam produced the 5th overall 2023 Indiana State Fair in her first parity. Lot 37 is the Chester male, custom made. Jack in the Box is his pedigree. This would be custom made back on a sow they call Junie. That sow was the champion Chester Gilt and the 4th overall at the 2028 Team Purebred Junior National. His dam would be a Loudermilk to Weir in, and the mother have been there, done that, Lockwood, and most recently changed and planted top cut. Sounds like lot 37 there comes from their premier sow line, and as you look at him visually, you can see why there's so much winning tradition in that particular line.
Yeah, Pruitt's no stranger of putting Chesters in the sale there at OYE, and honestly, he's the biggest thorn in my side when it comes to the Indiana State Fair because they always show elite-looking Chester pigs. This 36 Chester Gilt, one that I think is just so honest in her ability to use her skeleton, one that has an extra nice look from the side, a good sweep to her belly. She's square. Just a really good Chester Gilt here in Tech 36. This male might be a shot more my speed. He's absolutely wild about his neck. He's shapely about his back, and yet he still won. He offers enough squareness on both ends of his skeleton, and yet when he props up from the side, that thing has the right look in the front of his blade. A pair of Chesters that are really neat here from Pruitt Livestock, a guy that's certainly no stranger of winning within the show pig ring.
The next pair is going to come in from Crone Farms, lots 31 and 33. Lot 31, dark cross male pig. Spread the word, stage fright. Once again, spread the word, stage fright there. Spread the word is at upper hand. And lot 33 from Crone Farms is a dark cross male. Cotton-Appin Boogeyman. Cotton-Appin sold here last year, now stands at top cut. Boogeyman is an Anchorman visionary from Hilty that came from the Hilty South from Farnham. So lot 31 and 33 from Crone.
Yeah, what I admire the most about Brady and his company there back in Indiana is his ability to just make fundamental livestock that are going to go home and get better every day. That guy stuck to his roots over the years, and there's a reason why he keeps getting invited back to the Holy Smoke, is because he makes livestock that are just in general high quality that look like they're going to feed. This wider belted Barrett to my left is one that's extra stout about his skull, and yet I think he props up a really neat silhouette from the side. And yet, even though he's not the hairiest pig in the world, I still call that pig a pretty heavy structured animal. Like I said, his build and his quality to his skeleton is very, very good. This 31 looks like a high quality feeding Barrett to me, one that's sound, comfortable. He's got some cushion to both ends of his skeleton. I think his rib cage sits really right on his body. That's very hard to do in common day livestock. He's a long hipped one that looks like he could feed. 31, 33 here from Crone Livestock.
We're going to bring in 30 and 32 next here in from Crone. 30 is a dark cross male, Cotton-Appin affirmed. Cotton-Appin obviously sold last year here and really has had a good start to his sire group. Lot 32 is in there as well. Another Cotton-Appin Boogeyman. Once again, Boogeyman is an Anchorman visionary. Another really nice pair here that come from Crone.
This 30 is stout from the brim of his nose back. He's got extra stoutness to his skull. His arm's big, and yet one that still's comfy on both ends of his skeleton. This little pig is as wild looking, Tech 32, as any as we've seen through the sale offering since Brock and I've taken over. This thing's head shape's wild. He's square about his chest. He's really right in terms of his height to length ratio. One that I still think is very, very square from behind when he's stepping behind the livestock. This 32 is a wild looking one that looks like he could be very hard to replicate when it comes to March. Just remember, guys, it's a long time till March. So if they're a lot bigger than this one, you're going to have a lot of time where it may not be as pleasurable in terms of feeding them as you have to sit on them. This pig looks like he could push, go, and be an absolute wild-looking critter all the way to March.
Yeah, that lot 32 just looks immature to me, and I really like that about him. I like his maturity pattern. His skull design is really interesting. He looks like the type that you could really feed on and improve on and do a lot of things from a feeder's perspective. Nice pair once again. We're going to go with Brook Show Pigs next, lots 66, 67, and 68. Lots 66 and 68 are the Berkshires. Lot 66 is the gilt. Lot 68 is the male pig. Their pedigree is a top secret. Brace yourself. The mother of the 6 litter would be a litter mate to the 9th overall, the $18,000 gilt at OYE last year that Laird's purchased. This Berkshire gilt was shown online last year and did very, very well. The Chester male pig in there is a WD-40 who's in. The WD-40 boar has really been on a roll this summer. He's a double-bred box office, and I had a set of those pigs this time, and it's really clear to see why they did really, really well. The mother of this 7-litter Chester Barra originated from Tibbetts. They've really been getting along very, very well. She's generated keeper gilts and won a lot. Once again, Brook show pigs, lot 66, 67, and 68.
Yeah, I'll be the first and foremost honest with you. I don't know a lot about Berkshires, but my crew feeds a bunch of them. These are stout from the word go. They're broad about how they're built. They look like the right kind to go ahead and stick in Okie land with their extra stoutness and dimension they got. This Chester, I'll be honest with you, he comes out of the gate and he hits me initially hard. I might just be partial to the WD-40 thing, but that's been as popular in terms of getting young kids across in the winter circle as any Chester boar has been this summer. This 67 looks like that. This is going to be as deep of an offering of Chester males as there's ever been probably at the Holy Smoke. I think we've seen this is the 6th one at this point, and if you would tell me that you could shake it up and any one of them could be champion of the city, I would listen to you because of the quality they bring. There's not very many of them that are of this size, that have this shape of their skull, this width of their chest, their upper line and lower line to be like that. This pig's advantage amongst most within this breed, his ability to use his rear leg, I think is very, very good. A good trio here from Brooks Livestock.
We're going to bring Rhett Maverick show pigs in next with lot 135 and 136. We've got both dark crosses. Lot 135 is the gilt. She is an It Ain't Easy fireproof. The mother of this female is the best one that they've raised to date, and the pigs out of this particular sire group look incredible. This is also the first group of these It Ain't Easies, and they're definitely ones that really pique my interest. Lot 136 is the male pig there. It Ain't Easy last minute. Love this male pig out of a belted sow line, Maverick says. The pig sired by It Ain't Easy, and those have looked really, really nice so far. And anytime you see show pigs that come from Rhett Maverick show pigs, you come to expect certain things: bone, hair, feature, some real muscle, and I think both of these represent that tremendously well.
Yeah, this male pig is stout from the word go. He looks like the right kind. He's trying to use a bathroom here. Don't let that fool you, because this pig from the side paints a picture. Don't think the guy that's judging your deal there in March isn't going to like a pig that's built like this, that is this stout, has a great head shape like this one does. This pig is very, very good from the side. This gilt, no.
Blake?
No. This gilt from the side, she comes in here and just makes hair.
The next time I get to judge at your state fair, you need to go buy a pig from Maverick that looks like that.
I would try, but Maverick doesn't like selling me show pigs. This gilt here, just simply put, she makes hair on the back of my neck stand up in places that I didn't know it could. And I'll be honest with all of you, I bought a gilt out of this one's mother last fall. I'm sure happy, because I'm sure he would never sell one that looked like her again. This gilt's by far and away better than that one was, and this gilt gets me really fired up. She's got a great head shape. She's square. She's mobile. She's comfy. This one needs to be on the short list. 135 is not easy livestock to replicate in a very, very high quality set of show pigs within this barn. She's a crowd favorite in my opinion.
$135 and $136 from Rhett Maverick. We've got 136 or 137 and 138. We're trying to stay here in the ring. So 137 is a dark cross male pig. These are actually litter mates. Looks like Simple Man, Tricked Out, Junior Foresight. You guys can go ahead and bring those two show pigs in, please. 137 and 138 from All In Genetics.
Yeah, this pair have been campaigned around the barn here quite a bit, and I just want to let you know, just when you see them from the word go, their livestock, they have a nice look on the front side of their body. They're stout about their bone work, and they got some hair. This pair of boys have been doing good work, getting them whipped around here and promoted. Let's go ahead and look those back up when we send those back to the barn. Tags 137, 138 a pair of litter mates, Simple Man, Tricked Out, Junior, 4 sides.
Sites Livestock is going to come in next once we get done here with lots 137 and 138. These are 107 and 108. 2 Chesters. We got a male and a female. 107 is the male here. Burner phone, Rutchin, Ambitious. This is a litter mate to their she-sale gilt. Been an awesome litter and goes back to the sow they purchased from Canasi. Lot 108 is the female there. Perfect Game. Burner phone, Jack in the Box. Mama won the Southwest points in the Chester series last year. That was really an impressive gilt. 107 and 108 here from Sites.
Yeah, this male from the word go, he's got a great look on the front side of his body, a distinct skull shape, a clean neck, a perfect crest, one that's dead level around down his back line. He's got a very, very good hind leg. Just a good Chester male pig here that I think could be on your short list. This gilt comes in here, and she's extra athletic. She's sound and comfortable in her skeleton. She looks like the right kind. She looks like one to me that could be a little harder to read for some people because she's got the extra trot and go. But I tell you, in the show judge's perspective, livestock that's built like this, soared up, when they're sound, comfortable, got a really neat look and a great balance from the side. Even if we don't have our board guy up here anymore, livestock like that still prevail. Good pair of Chesters here from Sites Livestock, a guy that's no stranger to the Chester business.
Well, TKO knows it's almost Halloween, so he brought a set of pigs here to the show pig sale. We got 111 maybe, 109 and 110 here. Yes, we do. We've got 237 litters and 111 and 109. We got a male and a female there, rightfully so. Hands to yourself. The sow here was champion at Woodward and the Coba show in the summer of 21. She also produced a heavy class winner in the light crosses at the Oklahoma Bred Show in 23, and also 3 county champions. She's the best white male that they've raised or owned. So that's an impressive statement in lot 111 and 109. 110 is their other one there, the male pig, rightfully so. Hands to yourself. The sow was also, I guess these are all 3 litter mates, excuse me. So we got all 3 litter mates here, rightfully so. Hands to yourself.
Yeah, Brock sometimes a little slow to the punch on recognizing litter mates here, but this crossbred gilt from the word go on her show side, I think, is one that paints such a neat silhouette and build. You really read past this one's color. She's got a great skull shape. She's wide about her chest. She's level in her back line. Her swoop and balance from the sides, very, very good. She's square and comfortable out of her rear leg. That is a giant tail on a little pig, one that I like quite a bit. The cheetah-colored male pig's cut from the same mold, one that's stout, sound, and comfy. He reads with an extra stouter look, and I appreciate that about him. His feet are huge. His bones are big. He's got a neat look. This white one, just from the word go, his extra presence and stoutness and his ability to be a stout scald one that's round ribbed, that's dressed to the nines is very, very good. His honesty and his skeleton is very hard to replicate. He's a big-tailed one that's square on both ends. A very good white pig here. Good trio, rightfully so, mates here from TKO, a guy that's in the trenches and making good livestock.
Yeah, anytime TKO brings stock to town, you know they're going to have a few things. That's scale to width and real muscle, and these definitely do that. But they also bring great mobility and length of stride with that. Lots of 111, 109, and 110 from TKO. We've got Jennings show pigs coming in next, 116 and 117 out here right now. These are not litter mates, so they're 116 is a male pig, Titan, black, road trip. Titan's won a bunch here lately. I feel like that's the hottest spot boar going right now. And the mother of 116 here is responsible for Cundiff's reserve spot at OIE in 21, Grady/Gans reserve Poland Bear at the OIE in 2022, Pritchard's champion Poland Bear at the Coba in 23. So obviously a great sow line sired by Titan there. Sounds like a pretty hot pedigree to me in lot 116. 117 from Jennings show pigs, another male pig sired by Titan on a no words loudmouth. The sow here was reserve grand at Fort Worth and 4th overall spot at San Antonio and reserve champion spot gilt at Houston. Sounds like these two pigs are bred extremely high in the spotted business here. And anytime Brady brings them to town without mange, I'm pretty impressed. And as you look at these, you can see that he's really trying hard with his show pigs here. They look like the type that win and feed really well. Lot 116 and 117.
This 116 looks like a show pig there from Brady that's going to be extremely successful and one that I think's the right kind. Brock, I think you would agree with me. This 117 looks like not only has he been washed once, but he's been washed twice, and that one's had his spin chips cleaned multiple times. I was kind of a little bit upset that you stole my mange punchline here because I think it's certainly true. 117 is a very, very good animal. I've not been coming to smoke for years on end like some, but that might be as good of a spotted male pig as I've ever seen Brady load up. It is hard to make spots with that height to length ratio, that honesty on both ends of their skeleton, the size of their feet, and one that's comfortable. There's probably a reason why that one's already been castrated. He doesn't want anyone making a herd boar out of one that he thinks can go on and be a premier show bearer. Tag 117 and 116 from Jennings Show Pigs.
You know, we kind of giggle and hee-haw a little bit, but I mean, you can tell that Brady is trying really, really hard to make good spots. When he brings a pair like that here, that breed is hard to raise, and it's hard to make them immature and attractive and do all the things that those do. So congratulations, Brady. We appreciate your effort from our perspective. About 116 and 117. 118 is going to come in next.
He's belted.
We might be skipping to Ham Livestock. 114 and 115 is Ham Livestock, both dark crossbreds, 52-litter mates, Perfect Stranger, Intentional, Rockstar. Mother is a mate to their $25,000 King Pig that sold at Kings 2. Their mother is also the champion that is one that Murray County made the sale at OIE. And there was also healthy buyback, it says. So Perfect Stranger, Intentional, Rockstar, 114 and 115.
Yeah, we're going to see a couple Perfect Strangers in this sale offering, and that's a boar that Mock raised that they sold there at Major League last fall, if I'm not mistaken, and a boar that's going to exemplify in mass-produced quality. And back on Ham Sal's, I think it reads picture perfect within a pedigree standpoint. This pig closest to me that's dope-colored is one that's absolutely wild-looking. He's got some shape up high. He's sound and comfortable. And I tell you, when you put Ham's pigs up against anybody, they look like they feed and always make sale makers there at the city. He's always in the shuffle somewhere. That pig on the far side of the ring that Rachel's on, I think exemplifies very, very good livestock. His head shape's awesome. He's sound. He's comfortable. He's one that you can't poke a big hole in. Last time I checked, when you get to the end shake, that probably matters the most because if you can't poke a big hole in him, you're probably getting dang close to winning the show that matters. I like this pig. Good deal. He's sound, square, comfortable. He's still stout in the right areas. He's dressed to the nines. He's got a great balance and silhouette. Very, very good pig here in 114. Pair of mates here from Ham Livestock that exemplify high-quality show pigs.
We're going to bring Marrow Farms in next, lot 80 and 81. Lot 80 is their spot male pig. He's a Titan DW. That's the first time sow here. She had an awesome show career and is off to a good start as a mother on their farm. This is her the first litter. Was equaled up to 30,000 in their online sale, so a popular litter there in the spotted a male pig. Lot 81 is from Marrow Farms, dark cross male, tricky business, next intention, kingpin, never before. Once again, another first-time gilt here from Coulson. It was a power female purchase for 15,000. The sow was the grand at Arkansas a few years ago. So lot 81 and 80 here from Marrow.
Yeah, this belted male pig comes in, and it comes with a sow that comes from Coulson and a firm that's gone along as good as any. And this pig here is one that he just drops in, and he exemplifies high-quality stock. He's one that's absolutely perfect in his height-to-length ratio. He's awesome about his balance. He's got a comfortable hind leg, one that's got an awesome skull. I like this pig quite a bit, one that exemplifies high-quality show pigs. This spotted male pig's real interesting to look at from the side. He's right in his proportions. His height to length is absolutely perfect. He's square when he drives right at you. His elbow pocket's perfect. That's hard to do. And then yet he still offers a nice look. He's got a big flag tail, and I like that. And it sounds like that sow's off to an absolutely hot start. Good pair of pigs here from Marrow Farms.
We're going to bring GNS next, 26 and 27, both dark cross male pigs. These are buckle ups back on a Steel Town. They're dam raised, Magic Trick, the Grand Overall at Ohio State Fair, Reserve Points Gilt in Ohio, the Great Grandma raised, the Grand Bear at OYE. So that's a pretty impressive sow line, in my opinion, to rack up that kind of wins. In my opinion, this is one of those sows that can continue to do that over and over based on those wins, and the line has proven it works. Then you look at these pigs visually, and you have to be impressed.
Yeah, I know I don't have very many sows around home that have accomplished as much as what this pedigree reads, and yet you drop this pair of pigs in, and you can see why. They're stout, they're mobile, they're comfortable, they got a really good look. This 26 is an absolute stout mamma jamma. He's on the corners, he's broad, he's busted open, he's ready to go. He's one that's got a really good, neat look to the shape of his skull, and his feet and bones are absolutely enormous. Then his mate brother is one that offers such a neat look, and he's painted up from the side. One that looks like you could push on him and make sure that he's a really neat big one there at the city. A good pair here from GNS.
We're going to bring the next pair from GNS in next, lots 28 and 29. Lot 28 here is a heavy hitter, no comparison. Mates bring 25 and 12K at Kings and Lackeys. The dam produced the reserve D1 Crossbear at Indy in her first litter. The grandma raised the Grand Overall Gilt at the Southeast Regional in 22. That's lot 28. Once again, heavy hitter, no comparison. Then lot 29, heavy hitter, never before. The dam raised Trick Pony at Hoff Schulte's. Many-time champion gilt shown by the Williamson Ham Crew, and also the champion Bear Battle Pig at PT that brought 24,000. That's lot 29, heavy hitter, never before.
It's no joke that DL always breaks the record here in terms of dropping extra pigs in the ring, but we got GNS still in here with his pair of heavy hitters, tags 28 and 29. The pig to the right there, I think, is extra sound, comfortable, got an awesome look to his skull, and then the pig that Rachel's turning out, one that honestly might be a preference within GNS's group for this guy, one that I absolutely love his look, his body shape, one that looks like he's going to feed to the highest level. He's still square, he's mobile, he's got a really comfortable rear leg, one that I think's just got a different look from the side. I think that's important when you get to the big shuffle.
Absolutely. Dane, would you like to bring your pigs back?
Going once.
The next lots in are going to be from DL Genetics, lots 73, 74, and 75. 73 and 74 litter mates here. Hold Your Breath, Tricked Out, Goosebumps. The Hold Your Breath is Mom just raised the third out heavy cross, the Indiana State Fair for the Haggies. His grandma raised Strike his fifth out hamp at OYE in 22, and his aunt is the bunt gilt at Tulsa that Trace raised, sold for 35,000. So that's lots 73 and 74. Hold Your Breath, Tricked Out. And then we have lot 75 also. It's a male pig there. Hold Your Breath, Next, Never Before. Mom is a mate to Strike his fifth out hamp at OYE, and half sister to Hold Your Breath's mom. The grandma raised the Engelbear that won all over in Ohio, and the D1 Darks at Ohio in 20. So even though they're not litter mates, come from the same sow line here out of the same boar from DL.
Yeah, Dane, I had the opportunity to stop there about 3 weeks ago and see these pigs, and I'll be honest with you, these have only gotten better, and I thought they were absolutely exceptional when I saw them 3 weeks ago. This girl pig, I know Dane's not fond of selling them, and I understand why. It's hard to make gilts that are this stout, this hairy, this broad, and yet loose about their rear leg. This gilt's dressed to the nines from the side. She looks like the right kind. This black-legged pig, you could say the same suit. Just a really good-looking, sound, comfortable male pig that's got hair dripping off of him. He's got a really, really good look. And then let's grab this belted 75 pig, one that I absolutely wrenched and tried to buy this pig when I was there at Dane's, and he said, no, this one's going to smoke. And this pig, for me, does so many things that are so right. His look, his build, his width of chest, his size of his arm, his levelness of his back line, his comfortability is so good. This pig is stout, he's hairy, but yet he's still youthful about his look. I think immaturity doesn't get talked about enough. His immaturity of his skull, but yet still having a stout jawline and a big arm is so important. A very good trio here from Dane Logan.
This will be Nate Warner Livestock dropping in here. Pair of dark crosses should be tags 44 and 46. Tag 44 is going to be on the far side there. Coming to me is going to be an absolute Here I Am. Mother is their best litter last winter. Had Inman's 30th dark gilded OIE. KJ had 47th out that we actually own. I like that gilt really well. Is doing an awesome job. And Hicks is New Year's Bash Barrow. Beckett kind of beat our butt there in Ohio with one of those as well. And then 46 is the outfit Here I Am. The mother is a sister to the leadoff pig's mother. So that same sow line, she won the Ohio points in 2021.
Really good pair of male pigs here, obviously, and certainly a sire there on the absolute side. We haven't seen a ton of those just from availability of juice standpoint there, and certainly Nate always brings you some really, really high-quality prospects, whether that's male pigs or potential show bearers, and Nate's certainly been a staple in this sale, and this is exactly why, just in terms of density, and the kind of quality of pigs that Nate tries to put together there, lots 44 and 46.
Absolutely. I think 44 is just look, skull, jaw, and just that one's ability to use his hip and his hind leg. Just look like those ones that he's kind of whooped our butts with a few times before, and I think one that should be high up on your list. Again, that's 44 and 46, Nate Warner Livestock.
Nate's going to bring us another pig here, little Chester male, maybe a little more unique offering from Nate to us, in my opinion, bringing a different breed there. But this would be a hired gun, box office, hill jack. Mother would have raised a 5th out Chester bear at Ohio this summer. Grandmother's the hill jack sow from Armstrong's. That was the Triple Crown female in 16, the Grand at Expo, summer type, and Indy.
Yeah, and I won't try and pretend to be an expert in the Chesters, but our crew likes to feed them, and we've had some, and looks like it's going to be a deep Chester offering and sale tomorrow. That should be well received, and this one certainly slides right into the mix, just in terms of that breed to have that type of elevation and length just from blade to ear set with still that kind of shape and roll up high, and it still can kind of get out and boogie in terms of hip and hind leg function. I don't know, Mav might add more on this one here, but I think another one, and if Nate brings one that's not a crossbred, I think that should pretty much say what he thinks about it.
Yeah, I couldn't say much more to your point there. Just simply put, Nate bringing you a purebred animal there, where he's certainly a highly notarized crossbred breeder. Next in the ring, we've got Wilbur Genetics. For those of you that do know, Wilbur has had an incredible run over the last 16 months. Just making bears and females have been highly competitive at majors, and he's just really focused on what he's trying to do and put those things together, much like a lot of these breeders that are in this sale. But Wilbur's just done a fantastic job here as of late in terms of really getting along well. We've got lot 41 in here. That'd be a Hero trumpet, as well as lot 40 be same way. It'd be the repeat mating of those Heroes last winter. I talked about the success that Wilbur had. This right here would be full sib matings to a lot of those progeny we talked about that would be behind Wilbur and what he did. If you want to kind of learn about the pedigree and that real quick, they'd have sold 2 mate females there online for $17,500 and $8,000 a few weeks ago, and this is his most proven sow. I'll let Sproul talk to you about these.
Yeah, you guys probably don't need to hear a whole lot because you guys probably got to see those full mates there. And again, those things, I got to see those, and man, these ones drop right in. And certainly you can kind of see why they were successful and probably why these ones are going to be just as successful, because when you can make pigs that have extras in terms of density and width between their eyes, but they're elevated at the point of their shoulder, they have true spread out of the backside of their blade. They're big in their upper hip and their pin, but then when you study them at the ground, their toes are square. The set to both of their rear dew claw set and bend is something I think is hard to do, and these just screen quality to me. I'd go see these ones in the back at Proven Sow Line, and it looks like she might be able to do it again.
Got another coming in from Wilbur here, or a pair of them, if you will. We've got lot 42 and 43. Both of those would be sired by It Ain't Easy, the boar that we have on stud there with Holt Livestock, and the mother would be a roll call Hero on lot 42, and I believe the same way on 43. Sal be a litter mate to the 4th overall commercial gilt at OYE, and I know many of you remember that particular female. Would also had the 10th overall dark cross Barrow, 5th overall D1 dark cross, a grand bear at Enid, as well as the grand gilt in the Northwest District, Reserve Division at Expo. Just countless good litter mates. Notes here, selling this thing hurts. This is the kind that have been getting along in the gilt ring for us. Here she is. And I'll let Sproul talk to you more about these as well on the roll call Hero female, also lot 42. Or excuse me, boar pig, excuse me.
Yep, yeah, you guys online. Calico male pigs 42, belted gilt's going to be 43, and I guess we'll start with the Barrow here. I think that one, I guess this is my speed, just in terms of look from the side, elevation up front's awesome, and looks, you know, maybe, I don't want to say safer, but safer in a good way in terms of ones that just look like you can put this guy on feed, and he can feed because he's bendy, he's flexible. It's just reach and angulation off of both ends of his skeleton's good, but in the same breath, he still reads with foot and arm and blade size and shape, and then that gilt, you know, hell, maybe she doesn't just want to quite just drive out here, but I think that one just oozes quality. That one's a skull when she comes right out of the gate, I think has to excite you in terms of density, to be that dense in her skull but still clean in her jaw, and then that kind of just shape and spread. And you know, we kind of saw full sibs, I guess, to this one's mom in his last pair, and you can just kind of see that in terms of just spread, shape, expression, but still has cage. I think that's an interesting gilt, and one I think if you want to show gilt with a bunch of resale value, if you just want to buy a sow to take home, either way, that one's one that should be way high in on. Nice pair there from Wilbur.
Yeah, and sire side and lateness and maturity in both of those out of that boar is a good thing. Those hogs will continue to get better for you as you guys go home as well. Very good pair. Next, coming into the ring, we will have these Maize right here. We got this right. Maize show pigs coming in. Lots 90, 91. Is that right, ladies? Okay. The 90 and 91 would be White Feathers, Mardi Gras proposals. The Dam would have raised the D1 champion at 22 in Illinois, and the Reserve Grand Bear at 22 Summer Type Conference.
Yeah, tag 90 is going to be the gilt out here. 91 is going to be your male. And again, light cross division, obviously, you guys get to show, and it's awesome. And I think both of these kind of fit that scenario very well. Again, another gilt, show gilt sow. I think one of that color, look, there's, I guess, a little bit of blue on her, not a whole lot, but her arm and her blade, that one's got, she's got hair and shag and still shape and bend as she goes. And then that male pig, again, I think looks like a Barrow from the side in terms of proportionality. That one's just center body shape and rib cage as well. It just reads with quality. I think one in that light cross division, really any division, just a high quality animal there from Maize Show Pig.
Really good pair, really balanced, good skeleton hogs there. Again, light cross division, I mean, he mentioned that. I get a lot of questions and calls asking for those. There's your opportunity to get you some light crosses. Obviously, the notoriety of this program, the Spotted Breeds, as good as any. He's going to bring us one of those. Pedigree-wise, it'd be a Talk To Me Tempo. Dan would have raised a champion spot gilt at Expo in 21. Champion spot gilt at the Type Conference as well that summer. An $8,500 spot gilt at Holy Smoke last year out of this sow, purchased by JD. Grandma would be the grandmother of Fast Forward at PBG there.
I guess I think if you closed your eyes and listened to what Mav just said there, you know, if you're in the market for a pure gilt or a spot gilt, whatever, that should interest you. Then you open your eyes and you look in the ring, and I really don't care what he said. You should be interested in the animal that's in the ring. That one's unique. In that breed, to come at you with that type of chest floor, and I think squareness of knee and still having squareness of front toes, a big sword in those ones, and that one's good there to have that kind of spread with that shape, that type of look. And I know Blake was talking earlier, like height to length ratio, and I agree with him, is hard in this breed. I think that one almost nails it for what a show gilt should look like. That one's very, very high quality.
Kudos to you, Maize, on bringing a really nice set. Next in, Weimer Show Pigs. These guys had just a record year last year. If you kept up with perhaps maybe the one of two toughest barrow shows in the country there in San Antonio, and those guys did that deal, and they bring us a pair of barrows here, I believe. One may be intact, lot 38, and the other one, sure enough, does look castrated. 38 and 39. 38 would be a misconception, believe in me. 39 would be the AC/DC bore they have on stud on a like no other JoJo.
Yeah, absolutely. Weimer, obviously, awesome year, and they've had a good fall so far. I think this pair of them, another pair that oozes quality. 38 would be the intact male, and I think that one's just look and presence scream at you. And at the same time, he's not a skinny, good-looking one. We've got a look at him right here on our view. That's just an awesome tail root, a big upper hip and pin, and that's a fat hind leg when you get him behind him that sits absolutely dead square. To have that kind of look and squareness and still have body shape and cage, I think that's a unique animal. And then the 39 barrow there, again, these things are dressed to a T. That one just reads like a stouty to me. He's stout, he's rugged. That thing has all kinds of muscle and shape and expression, and at the same time, for a power hog, he still has elevation up front. He still has look. I love that one's skull when he comes right at you. I think that's an awesome pair that they've brought you.
Congratulations to them. Very nice pair. Next coming in, I believe we've got Mr. Miller Time Genetics. These are sired by To the Extreme. Mothered be dirty loving, cruel intentions. These would be full sib to the reserve hamp at Tulsa this past week, and other litter mates won a total of 17 grands of reserves this summer in Oklahoma. So this is a repeat mating of the reserve hamp at Tulsa, Kate? Okay, really good point there. I appreciate the reassurance. So these would be full sibs to reserve Hampshire there at Tulsa. Very high quality, very well bred. I'll let Sproul talk to you about them.
Yeah, for guys online, 112 is going to be the male pig out here. 113 is the gilt, and that To the Extreme thing's been really, really good. And I think these ones look like their sire, and obviously their full sib's the one that got along, because those things, when they come out, their extension, their presence, their length of neck, and their look is just absolutely tricked out on the front side. And then I think these ones are real, real good. In some areas, maybe you can question, I guess, some of those ones we fed, their center body cavity, their rib shape, their cage. These things look like ones that can feed, but at the same time, they're tricked out with extras. I think they're moderate, they're dense, but at the same time, they've got look, they've got agility and just bend and flex as they go. I think a nice pair. Mav, if you want to add anything on those?
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to please ask Cade in the back. I know he's really proud of what they're working with, and got a really good running mate there helping him do that, and we're going to see more of these guys later on down the road, and already have made a splash this fall. So look them up in the back. We've got our good friends McKinley's coming into the ring next. He's brought us a slow hand, unashamed dirty. This would be a litter mate to our $35,000 gilt that all of us have heard about across the country there at Stu's, that maybe was bringing a little more than that originally, but they end up landing at $35,000, and certainly what a good litter. And I know Matt come a long ways, and if in doing so, he's got some belief in what he's brought to you.
Yeah, McKinley, a good buddy, I think, of everybody's, and is just doing an absolutely fantastic job. Obviously, an incredible litter of show pigs, and I guess I didn't get to see the one there at Stu's, but this one certainly is awfully fancy and awfully shined up and ready to roll for one of that color. Really any color. Just screams quality to this particular guy. Her skull, just her look as she comes, her shape, and just for me, everything fits and blends and balances and proportions. And man, sometimes sometimes that can be almost the hardest thing to do. And in the same breath, she has so many extras. She's got extra punch out of the backside of her blade. She's bigging her up in her pip and her pin. Her tail sits on her darn near perfect. Excuse me. There online, I think McKinley brought you one, and obviously if he's going to bring one, it's going to be a good one, and I think it's definitely that.
Light Cross Division 2. Make sure to take note of that. Light Cross Division there. Holt Livestock coming into the ring next. You may be right. Okay. 101, 102, Taylor, is that what you told me? 102. It's going to be the Boar Pig in the ring here. 102 would be a Pass the Hat, Kingpin, Family Ties. That Family Ties line would be also the mother of the sow line that would have raised the Grand Bearer there at Houston. Mother would be a maternal sib to It Ain't Easy also, Division I champion there at OYE this spring, 18th overall Division II at OYE, and grand at the Revival also out of that sow in 22. I'll let Garrett talk to you about him.
Obviously, it just sounds like it's just a fantastic sow line. The Pass the Hat thing this fall's been good, and it's been really popular. The boar that brings, was he 120 or 130 there at PT that stands at Crossroads that a bunch of you Okies got in on and have got to use, and it's certainly worked incredibly well for him, and I think this one just kind of fits. I think for me, that one just screams skeletal quality. That thing is square and bold and dense, but he's true and just comfortable in every word and meaning of the aspect. His look from the side, his bend, his just agility, and then at the same time he has some of those extras that you need to win a male pig show. Again, John Mark's doing an awesome job. That's a neat pig from a great sow line.
Pig looks like be fun for Coba too, size and maturity wise, and looking at his maturity pattern. Next lot's coming in. We've got 101 and 103. 101 would be also that lot lizard line that had the Grand Bearer there at Houston. That 101 would be a Hero, never before would be his pedigree. And then 103, the Berkshire Mark male pig there would be an all-in dim the lights. What an incredible litter this has been. I've seen those. Mother would have been champion Burke. I believe JD's crew showed, and been third overall purebred at Tulsa back there in 22.
Yeah, I think you look in here, 101, which is your dark cross pig. Again, the grandma Mom was the grandma of the grand there at Houston, and from everyone I talked to, one of the more impressive Texas major winners that has surfaced, and I think you can see that quality in this particular male pig. He's got a neat color pattern, but he's stout and he's skull. Another one, very similar to the one that just went out, in terms of just squareness of chest, squareness of hip and hock, and still having width and flex off of either end. I think they're build is something that absolutely has to be admired. Looks like a feeder's dream with shape up high. Then the Berkshire pig, this program's had an incredible run and a ton of success in those areas, and to me, I won't pretend to be a Berkshire expert by any shape or means, but I think that one just looks like one you'd want to put on feed. I'll let Mav kind of talk that one a little bit more.
Yeah, real quick, and they've obviously done well too, but I think a pig that fits that Coba deal well, and also one that can finish there on into OYE, and the Hero pig is out of an extremely good litter for those of you that have followed along with that particular litter, and just a very, very good animal. Be sure to look in on those. We've got one more coming into us here. This would be lot 102. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. 119 and 122. I apologize, guys. These would be Halfin show pigs. Halfin has been extremely focused and diligent in what he's putting together there and trying extremely hard, like many of these breeders in this sale. But lot 119 would be a pace car next, Kingpin Dirty. Mother was a purchase from HH and made the OYE gilt sale in her first litter. 122 would be the same way as well.
Yeah, pace car, obviously the Hildebred boar there at Premium Blend, and a boar that got put in a lot of good sows, and those pigs have been incredibly well received here the past 4 to 5 weeks. A great sow line kind of put stacked, looks like stacked Hildy on Heimer here on a proven female, and that's usually a good combination, I believe. It's worked for a pile of gas. 122's kind of the pounds bigger one out here. 119's the slightly smaller one, but past that, I think they look like litter mates. They obviously are, but they look like it in terms of just the way that they're made. These things are extra rugged. They've got extra size. It's just front toe, arm, blade to have just expression and spread up high is wild. These things are rolled up and square back, but they're not. They look like they can feed as well, and they're good in their body. They're good in their build, and they've got a pile of extras.
Absolutely, and both of them are ready to rock and roll if you guys want to get out showing. They look like that kind, and although they're similarly built, you've got a variety of sizes there. And even though that one we mentioned may be a little pounds heavier, them pigs look like they got worlds of hold in them. Very nice set in those two particular belded males. Next one coming in here is going to be 122. That'd be a Say It Hero Essential Business. Excuse me. Yeah. 121, Say It Hero, Essential Business, and 120 be a Play to Win, Pursuit of Happiness, Kingpin, Best Man. We'll let Sproul talk to you about those.
Yeah, you're good. The girl pig out here is 120. That one would be sired by their 20K purchase from Teen Sloan at PT, which is Play to Win. That sow was shown successfully by Hinkles, raised by Middlestat. The Kingpin Best Man Grandma, raised by Sites, and goes back to those good sows there at Sites. 121's the male pig out here. His mom would have been shown by Harold, and was a sale qualifier there at Tulsa in 22. So past kind of the pedigrees and what these things stand for. The guild out here, which is 120. I mean, another one, I think, just look, shape, her presence and design from the side profile is awesome. 121 to me jumps out as just a power hog in every sense of the word. That thing is stout and mean in his mug. He's big up high. He's still big in his cage. We'll let Math maybe hit on him a notch more.
Yeah, I think you really nailed them, and extremely good quality in this group that Halfin's brought from top to bottom. Again, if you've got questions on those or want to visit with him, he'd be more than happy to in the back. I believe we got Mullet coming in next. $85 would be an Absolute Wags, Dirty South. $88 is the belted hog in the ring. That would be an all-out, all-rise Kingpin.
Yeah, 85 here is going to be the blue one. Mom was a bred sow purchase there in the Built the Brand sow. Very, very deep litter, Mullet says. And I think when this crew comes to a sale, they always bring ones of the utmost quality, and you know that they're going to be unique and have extras. And that blue pig is that. I think that's a light cross supreme in terms of stoutness of skull. That thing's got a big arm working in him. He's big in his upper hip and big in his pin, but still I think can bend and flex. And it reads like one. He's maybe a touch bigger in size, but looks like has all sorts of hold. 88 there, Killer Mom, all out's a tricked out son there. Said litter mate, won several shows in California. Looks like maybe is a crypt, but that shouldn't deter you in any way, shape, or form. Maybe that one's maybe a little more my speed of that pair in terms of elevation, look from the side, just levelness of hip, tail root sets good in that one. Just has a neat look, neat kind of behind leg.
Got just a couple more we're going to show to you as well from Mullet Genetics. These would be Cobra, all due respects. These are going to be Poland entries, 86 and 87, I believe. Okay. The dam was purchased at Holy Smokes. This gilt is amazing and been a major farm favorite. Very high quality show gilt or sow prospects. And they've got down here, they think the Barrow prospect has all the attributes to be a premier show barrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, for you guys watching there, 86 is going to be the gilt, 87's the male pig, and again, looks like the purebred set of pigs here at Holy Smokes fall 2023 is going to be an absolutely awesome group, and not I won't claim to be a Poland breeder either, but I think when you look in here, these things, elevation, the height of their shoulder, their chest, and just spread of chest, squareness and knees, they both come at you is very, very good. That male pig at agree with them. Just looks like one. To me, that's a show barrel, just in terms of size, proportion, density. Looks like a barrel. Looks like one that can feed. And then the gilt, it has those same density features, just in a bigger package, in my opinion. Taller shoulder, maybe has a shot more look. I think an interesting pair of them there. You guys looking to pures, kind of looking up on these.
Mr. Tim Heron with Heron Farms is going to be bringing entries into us next. What lots you running to us, Tim? Okay, 82 would be a Hero, Stay Classy. Dam's the mother of the Supreme Champion gilt at Tulsa State Fair in 22. Has been a farm favorite from day one, castrated, ready to go. As good of a male pig as Mr. Heron has ever raised. 83, Dam, that pedigree be Hero, Trumpet, Littlebro, Tier 1. Be the good line of Mall. It's back in there. Dam's the mother of Addie Thompson, 7th overall gilt at OYE. Mother of Gage Winters, D1 Reserve Cross at Denver. Very hard for these guys to let these go. Premium blend, purchased a gilt at OYE and sold 6 online for $51,000 and kept 2 out of that particular litter.
Yeah, their backstory and sow pedigrees are as good as this pair is when they come into the ring. That male pig hits me incredibly well. That one, I think that one's very, very good, just to be honest. That one is dense skulled. He's neat about his jaw, but he's mean about his jaw. His just look up front, his length of neck is wild. To be that stout skulled, that big out of the backside of his blade, but he's still incredibly just long and clean about his neck. And, we talk so many times those ones that can get stout and rugged that maybe have too much on the top side of their neck. That one I think is incredibly unique in that area, and maybe that's just me, but I think that's hard to do. And then from blade back, he's so good up front. Blade back, that's a power hog in terms of shape, spread, just bone density. I think that one ought to be awfully high, guys. I think that's a good show pig. And again, the female, the gilt here in the ring is no slouch by any stretch of the imagination, because that one is dressed to a T. She's ready to rock and roll. She could probably go to a show to tomorrow. Her body shape, her cage is awesome. Elevation look, big chest as she comes at you, square in her hip and her hock as she goes away. I think an awesome pair Tim's brought you.
Absolutely, and sow-wise, if you're wanting to get your hands on a pedigree you can't get, there's an opportunity to do that right here. We do have another entry from Tim out of this particular group coming in as well. But again, really good pair of belted hogs here. 84 will be our next lot. This would be a white feather, walks alone, your choice. Dam's a litter mate to the champion York at Dallas. The sire's a litter mate to the champion York at Houston. One of the fall premier litters that he's had. They sold a mate board of Winter Livestock. They think this one's big league good for the Yorkshire Bear Ring.
Yeah, I've got the chance to judge a couple of these competitive jackpot shows in this part of the country here in the past 12 months, and the Yorkshire breed as a whole has been incredibly competitive every time. It takes a really good one, honestly, just to win a class at a lot of those shows, and you've got to show good ones to get along in that particular breed, and I think this one can kind of fit right in. That one, another one, I think just when you talk density of skull, and it looks like a Yorkshire head, if you will, if that particular breed, dense, but still has look, has shape. This one looks like it's got extra hair and then still a big upper hip and pin, very similar to that last pair we just talked. Still square in his kind. I think a very good, solid white one. Kind of take him, show him, he's ready to roll.
Very good trio brought to you by Heron Farms. Next group coming in should be Hoff Genetics. Nat's going to bring those to us. Looks like we've got a 139. No, we've got 140 and 141. Those hogs would be 104 litters. Say it's Heroes. The grandmother would be C and Double's mom. Those would be Say It Heroes.
Obviously, Hoff Schulte crew needs absolutely no introduction. Generally, if they bring pigs to a sale of this quality, it's pretty simple. Just go look at them because they're not going to bring bad ones. They never do. The gilt's going to be 141. The male's 140. Obviously, litter mates, and they look like mates in terms of they're neat mugged ones that have length of neck. They've got elevation. I think that gilt's super cool and attractive to look at. She's moderate in terms of just the length of body. Looks like a show gilt supreme to me in terms of look, spread, hip and hind leg function. And then that male pig's awfully intriguing. That one's just added elevation. His added just look and presence from the side. He's got hairy legs. He's got shape up high, and he looks like one that's real good right now. But his maturity, his muscle pattern, that looks like one that's going to be awfully fun to feed and could make put a lot of smiles on a lot of kids' faces. I think an awesome pair here from the Hoff Schulte crew.
Really nice pair. 140 and 141 there. Okay, 139 would also be a Say It Hero. The sow would be a litter mate to Sidekick at top cut, and then that'd be a dark cross, this 139 that's going to come in. The light cross is going to be a Daylight Hero. That sow line, the grandmother would be the mother of the Grand Barrett Angelo in 21. Be 142, the light cross there. They're calling him a light cross, and he just got a little bit up there on his dome, but I'll let Garrett talk to you about these.
Yeah, 139, again, another Say It Hero, different litter there, but the dark cross here, another one, just looks like kind of what you would expect in terms of just barrel length of body, proportionality. That's a big arm working in him with it. Just still, again, a stout mug with a clean jaw and throat latch. Neat look up front. That's a neat looking one on the side that still has bend and reach. And then I think that light cross tag 142 is awfully unique. That looks like a show barrel supreme in my book. He's barrel length of bodied. He's extra hairy. He's extra bold about his cage. Good about his tear root. He's spread out of the backside of his blade. He's mean about his mug with clean in his lines. I think that one just looks like he'll feed in a light cross division. Looks like he'll feed in any division. Looks like a show barrel deluxe. Another very good pair, very good quartet from the Hoff Schulte crew.
Our compliments to him. Really good group, as Garrett said there. We've got another really good firm on deck here that's going to roll into us. Winter Circle Show Pigs over there from eastern Oklahoma. I'm assuming they're bringing us some purebred influenced pigs as well as some crosses. We've got a spotted hog here in our first round. Male pig be a new generation. Dispute This, Momentum Loudmouth, same sow that raised a champion there at R3 and 21, along with multiple champions across the jackpot circuit that winter. I believe we've got a red male pig in this group as well. Maybe it is. Oh, no, we've got two of these spotted hogs. I apologize. Let's see if those are mates. Are they, Garrett?
No,
Okay.
they're not. 123 is going to be the 123 is going to be your guild out here. That's a talk to me, homeboy, no words. That sow would be their favorite spot sow on the farm that they actually purchased there at OYE in 2022 for $8,000. 124 is the male there that Mav gave you info on, but I'll let him talk this pair for you.
Male pig's really bold and looks like one that fit good for that Coba opportunity if you're wanting to have one ready early, but yet that could still feed long term. Extremely muscular and balanced and bold. Gilt's the same way in terms of extension and muscle shape and maturity. Looks right. One that should go home and get better for you. I think really a square-made female, too, kind of coming and going that just needs time and get her on feed. And I know she doesn't settle in out here, but when this gilt does, she's really got a good look about her. Has really got some feature and some facial width and some chest width when she'll settle in, and you guys can study them. If you're looking for a spotted one, both these are very high-quality options for you.
Yeah, good job, Winner Circle crew. Again, the gilt out there, guys, was 123. The male pig was 124. We should be dropping in, I believe, tag 125 should be a Duroc male, still from the Winner Circle crew. And then we should have 126 is going to be your dark cross. So 125 is the red one, 126 is the dark cross. The Duroc out here, 125. Born this way, backdraft. The mother would have just raised the reserve Duroc Barrow at OYE in 23, as well as the champion Duroc at Breeder Battle in 23. Your dark cross male is a Good Day, which is a My Intention Kingpin raised by Day. That's a litter mate to the popular Daylight there at Brockman's. Dam would be a daughter of the 5th overall light cross at OYE in 22 that CNC purchased for a good bit of money. Let's see, the sow was also a litter mate to one they sold to JD that raised the Grand Bear at Tulsa this past week. Great grandma has raised 5th overall light in 22, Bronze York in 21, and I guess really the big takeaway for me on that aspect is if CNC and JD are buying the gilts out of that sow line, it's probably a pretty good one.
Yeah, and a pig that looks like he's got a lot of upside. I mean, right look, right proportions, up off the ground, got some extension, square in terms of his hind leg, and bone looks like he's going to mature. One that just needs to get home and keep a rocking and a rolling and going, because he's got the right kind of look and extension and proportions as we discussed. And that red male is one that, although in this group, you know, you want to look at him and say that's a stout featured, big chested one that's got some rib shape and is greener. But with all that being said, I think you read into his indicators and his tail root and understand that those guys raise a good bit of many good red hogs over there. I think there's a lot of opportunity. You sit back and study those and discuss them with Levi, and I think he can give you better indicators later on down the road where some of them things will sit and end up and look.
Another nice pair again. Good job, Winner Circle. Dark Cross was 126. Red Pig was 125. Should be dropping in. Looks like we're on the last breeder of the evening here. It's your Friday Holy Smoke preview. We're going to wrap up the night here with Todd's Show Pigs. First pair from Todd looks like it's 127 and 128. This is a pair of littermate dark cross gilts. Say It Icon Gangsters. Their mom would have been Reserve Cross. I'm going to butcher this, in Muskogee Regional. Was a sailmaker at Coba last year. Gary said these would be the first ones to sell out of his deepest litter. The mates are headed to PT.
Really good looking, attractive pigs, and these Say It's obviously have gotten some notoriety here. Really, really high quality. Just in terms of their look and their initial ring presence. That little chrome gilt is one that's really hits me good in terms of one that's ready to go, big-chested, really big-headed, to be that good-looking, and one that just has so much quality about her in terms of her skeleton. And 127, although a little more extended even yet than her, reads really good in terms of her forearm and her chest, and one that should continue to get better as well. And even though both those gilts are young and certainly in the early part of their maturity pattern, they look like they're ready to go to a pig show. Very high-quality pair of Say It's there.
A bigger extended gilt there, 127, kind of the smaller painted up one, 128. Good pair there from Todd Show Pigs. That should drop in. We're going to drop in 129 and 130. It'll be 32 litter mates. Should be dark cross males. Yeah, and the pair dropping in here is going to be 129 and 130. 130 is going to be there on the far side, kind of the 130 is the belted one, kind of the off or half belted one is going to be 129. These are Say It Gangster Karmas. Mother would be the Karma Dirty Sow Kinsey showed from Carter Schulte a couple years ago. Their mother is their favorite gangster sow there on the farm.
Yeah, again, I mean, they look much similar to that last pair in terms of their extension. And you want to talk about when they come out of the gate and you're looking for those that are high above their shoulder and really attractive and outliers. Those two do that. They've got that wild neck set about them, but yet they still have proportions and shortness of body, particularly that thinner belted male pig there just is really short back to be that good looking and comfortable. And again, those hogs look like they're going to come, and they're young and juvenile, and their look The wider belted one is much similar to our last pair, same way. Looks like the kind you put on feed. They're going to continue to get better, and both those hogs look like they're trustworthy built hogs that you can rest assured you've got a really good project for you to go home and work with that can compete at a very, very high level. This is a testament to the quality of this set at Smoke. We're into our last breeder, and just an exceptional group of pigs that Gary's brought to you in those 4. And before we end, we are going to bid these online tomorrow as well at 1 p.m. salering.live, CCI.live, CCI.live. Go ahead and get registered. And if you have any questions, please contact Trent Inman. And for those of you that have any inquiries in regards to the breeders, please reach out to them. And I'll let Garrett talk to you before these exit. And we appreciate you guys coming to the preview.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome ending there with Todd and that group. Maverick hit everything. If you need to go back in the preview, it should be available on Facebook or whatever in a couple minutes. We will preview these again at 11 o'clock tomorrow. I believe that will also be live online. 1 o'clock. I know Trent and Ruth and the crew will thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in here to the Holy Smoke preview. Again, like Mav said, need anything, contact any of the breeders or Trent. Thank you guys.
What's that? Heard my dad teach